So Kevin De Bruyne has announced that he's set to leave City at the end of the campaign, and what a career he's had. But in your opinion, where does he rank among the Premier League great midfielders?
Well, for me, he is certainly top 3, alongside the likes of Gerrard and Lampard. 6 Premier League titles backs that up, which is double the amount of Lampard's and 6 times more than Steven Gerrard, which is insane. But it's not just in the team accolades where he does excel, because individually he's won the Playmaker Award 3 times, and also has won Premier League Player of the Year twice, which makes him only one of 7 players to be named Premier League Player of the Year on more than one occasion, which is mad. And to be honest, it doesn't really come as a surprise when we look at the numbers. I mean, total PL appearances, 281, 70 goals, and 118 assists, which is only bettered by Ryan Giggs, and that actually equates to 19 goal contributions per Premier League season, which is mental, isn't
Absolutely outstanding. Certainly one of the greatest players we've seen in the Premier League, let alone midfielders.
Yeah.
And if we delve a little bit deeper into his numbers, you'll actually find that De Bruyne trumps Gerrard and Lampard in a lot of statistics. Let's talk about their goals and assists per game in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So Gerrard averages 0.42 goals and assists per game in the Premier League. Lampard averaged 0.46. Kevin De Bruyne has averaged 0.67
That's mental.
goals and assists per game in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Remarkable. That is significantly more than the other two.
Yeah.
And I know Gerrard played a little bit deeper, which will obviously hinder his chances of creating chances and scoring goals. But Lampard played in a very advanced position.
He did, yeah.
And granted, he scored more goals than De Bruyne, but he still is there to create chances, score goals, be that sort of focal point for the side.
Yeah.
Just like De Bruyne is. And De Bruyne has bettered his tally by some margin.
Yeah, exactly. And these numbers are why I believe that Kevin De Bruyne is the best playmaker that the Premier League has ever seen. Yes, there has been fantastic creators out there, the likes of Mesut Ozil, David Silva, and Cesc Fabregas, but for me, Kevin De Bruyne tops all of these names.
I'd agree, and I think what sets him apart from those names is his ability with his weak foot.
Yeah.
Ozil, David Silva, and even Fabregas were predominantly right-footed or left-footed.
Yeah.
They created most of their chances with one foot.
Yeah.
Whereas De Bruyne, he's unbelievable with his left foot.
Isn't he?
And it's not just that he can create really good chances with his weak foot, he can score brilliant goals as well.
Yeah.
I remember against Wolves, I think he got a hat-trick of goals with his left foot.
Yeah.
He scored countless rockets with that left foot as well over the years in the Premier League. And to put it into perspective, against Gerrard and Lampard, he has 23 left-footed goals in his Premier League career. 23 from 70. Lampard, 12. From how many goals in the Premier League? 177. Gerrard, 5 from 120. So that definitely proves that De Bruyne's weak foot is better than those two.
But you certainly can justify why some people would say Lampard is the best midfielder.
I mean, you can.
The numbers speak for themselves. I mean, the fact that he's finished second in the Ballon d'Or, which was in 2005, is unbelievable, isn't it?
Well, it's a tough period in football, a very tough period in football, tougher than today.
Yeah.
A lot of toughs. And also, De Bruyne has never finished that high in the Ballon d'Or rankings at City, has he?
No, exactly. And also, Lampard has also set a record for the most goals scored by a midfielder in Premier League history, which is unreal. And he's actually in the top 10 rankings of all-time goal scorers, which is unreal from a midfielder, isn't it?
You just wouldn't expect that. You traditionally think top 10 goal scorers in the Premier League history would be filled with strikers and wingers, not a midfielder, but that definitely shows his quality. A remarkable player.
Most certainly, he's a fantastic player, and some people would argue he's better, and I get exactly why, but for me, Kevin De Bruyne is just that little bit better.
Yeah, I'd say that as well, and I know that may seem like a bit of bias involved because we watched the best years of De Bruyne.
Yeah.
We watched De Bruyne since he joined City, whereas, with Lampard, I don't remember the early days of Lampard. I was too young, whereas I remember the latter days of Lampard. So maybe you can say, well, do you really have the right to judge? But based upon what I know, based upon what I've seen,
based upon the numbers
and based upon the numbers as well, because
Yeah.
excluding the goal scoring numbers, which is obviously a big standpoint, De Bruyne trumps Lampard in pretty much every metric.
Absolutely,
I think he's better, a better ball carrier.
Yeah.
He's a better playmaker.
Yeah.
Has a better weak foot, better crosser, better passer of the ball.
Yeah.
Probably even a better ball striker. And also, I'd say he's a better goal scorer from outside the box.
Yeah.
Yes, Lampard's better at getting onto the crosses or getting onto that final ball into the box. But when De Bruyne picks up the ball on the edge of the region, I don't think there's anyone better than him in Premier League history, apart from maybe Steven Gerrard. And the reason you could probably justify Gerrard being better is he's more well-rounded.
Yes.
Gerrard excelled in the 10, in the 8, in the 6, even at right back as well. Whereas De Bruyne probably isn't well equipped to play in all those positions to a high level. And also Gerrard is better defensively. He's probably a better leader.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a bit more physically imposing too.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think you can look past De Bruyne's, sheer creative numbers, and it's just his ability from the edge of the box. Gerrard and Lampard have really got to be on their right foot, whereas De Bruyne, he can just smack it top bins on his left foot.
That's what I'm saying.
And if he doesn't want to do that, he can thread a ball through the eye of the needle to his on-rushing winger or his on-rushing striker like Aguero, and just completely change the dynamic of the game. The others can do that as well, but I just think De Bruyne maybe is that a little bit more potent in and around the final third.
I completely agree with that.
But to conclude, in your opinion, where does De Bruyne rank among those three?
For me, I think De Bruyne just about ranks first.
Okay,
Just.
interesting.
I think Lampard's third, and then it's between De Bruyne and Gerrard for who's first. I mean, one day I'll say Gerrard's better.
Yeah.
The other day I'll say De Bruyne's better. It's like a toss-up.
It's like you watched a highlight reel on TikTok or YouTube and you're like,
Exactly, that's the thing. I mean, some would say, oh, you're blinded by nostalgia, but Gerrard was unbelievable, as we've seen with.
And also, I think it's worth a big mention that Gerrard never played in a team that was as good as De Bruyne's City team.
Exactly.
And granted, yes, that's hypothetical. He may have not performed better at City, but I just think the fact that Gerrard grabbed, his team by the scruff of the neck for so many years, he got Liverpool through so many games where they really shouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Whereas, yes, De Bruyne has done that for City, but you look at the players that De Bruyne was playing with.
Much better.
Much better. And I think that definitely plays a factor. But like you said, it's very
so
close between the two.
And it's just such a difficult question because, like I said, many people can say whoever they want, and I wouldn't say they're City for that because all three within their own right are unbelievable players.
And he certainly deserves, some sort of ceremony or some sort of statue outside the Etihad. Because he's undoubtedly City's best ever player.
Yeah.
I think he's pipped Aguero, David Silva company because he just is on another planet.